Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for the SPX and NDX intraday. We're gonna see what's going on today, what happened and what it might happen next. So it looks like a very boring day. It's a calm one. We were expecting, of course, something to unfold toward the upside, but it did not yet show up. But basically on the 1 hour chart, what we are looking at on the SPX here, we have an A, B, and a C towards the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. We're still in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave 5. Your wave 4 here, obviously, it is taking much more time to unfold. Now, we're going to move inside the 15-minute chart to see what are the possibilities of this wave 4. Is it possible to get this wave, the Fib 1 here between the 0.38 and 0.5? Of course, it is possible. But now the highest possibility is going a little bit into a triangle. And that because, of course, the time required for this wave 4 based on the wave 2. Now we have, of course, also a very choppy wave 2 and a long one. And based on this time, we would like to see, of course, a longer wave 4. So potential here that we are in a formation of A, B, C, D, E for wave 4 before we moving to this wave 5 toward the upside. This is a possibility. A second possibility, of course, is still, of course, looking for this wave 1, again, Fib 1, and then moving toward the upside for a wave 5. So basically, what we are looking for is, again, in a bigger view, of course, is this blue box, which is expanding right now in time. And it might finish, of course, a wave 1 in a leading diagonal because we're going to have an ABC zigzag. It can be a formation for a wave 1 and then having a wave 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the only savior for the US market right now, of course, to see bullish market later on. Now, to say we are bearish, it is too early, of course, to say that we are bearish because your invalidation is a little bit far here. So the invalidation of this impulse for bearish scenario is, of course, far. Invalidation of a bullish, right? And that means, of course, the potential or the possibility to have a bearish scenario start to increase, starting, of course, from this 0.5 Fib level. If we break this 0.5 Fib level, means you already break the 1-to-1 Fib level as ABC, and also breaking the 0.5 increase the possibility, of course, that you're moving towards the downside. However, moving towards the downside means, of course, opening a second possibility still for a bull trend still, where you might have, of course, a 3 waves up, 3 waves down, and then moving towards the upside. And that means, of course, this possibility starts to be unfolding from this area. If we are looking at a bigger regular flat here, your wave C here might, of course, reach before, unfortunately, a little bit before the invalidation. And that means, of course, as A, B, and a C, you would like still to see, of course, higher prices. But this shows how much the structure is systematic. If you break this, you take invalidation. Therefore, we're moving to take this low. And that means potentially, of course, moving for lower. Let's move to Nasdaq to see what's going on there as well. I believe it should be aligning a little bit with it. So let's see Nasdaq. Oh, okay. All right, this is Nasdaq, and of course, in this case scenario, we're looking at the same price action potentially. Yeah. So on the 1 hour chart, we see sideways still. Yeah. So we are still in this wave 5 toward the upside. Your wave 5 is different here, of course, an ending diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Well, I don't like it how it looks like, even for an ending diagonal. Yeah, a lot of time here taking, of course, for a wave 3. And by the way, your wave 3 has to be a zigzag. And if you are in 1, 2 here, you're still looking for a zigzag. And this is not a structure for a zigzag. This is a structure for a correction. And that means potentially on Nasdaq, we might still see, of course, further downside. If we break, of course, the 1-to-1 Fib level given as well, again here, therefore you are looking for something else. And don't forget that this still can be, of course, a 3 waves toward the upside, 3 waves down, again, the same as for SPX, where we are looking at a potential ABC here. It can finish between the 0.786, 0.886, or even it can be, of course, lower to reach the 1-to-1 fib level. Actually, I'm gonna remove this for much more clarity. We're gonna keep those two scenarios. So first scenario is, of course, finishing wave 2 here for an ending diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You don't want to see, of course, this broken, this 1-to-1 fib level broken, and that because, of course, it might unfold the new scenario, which is, of course, a lower wave C, A, B, and a C for a 1-to-1 fib level again. If broken, therefore definitely we're moving towards the downside, guys. Yep, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Higher potential is to move for lowers though, for both SPX and Nasdaq. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.